Seeks to uproot the root of patriarchy.
And the radical feminism now, and my young woman, to me, dear Buddha man, now I did buy
We went on to define and talk about patriarchy.
It's also at the end where man by the sea to me, dear Buddha man, the perceiving.
And we saw that patriarchy is a system of society or government.
If you will say to me, dear member Buddha, they said, I'm my yourself, any young pattern
in which men hold the power and women are largely excluded from it.
Okay, now you will say, and yet, a man at the Buddha to me, now I'm man
so we looked at this example of the Petra family.
And after the Becca, your father, a Petra family, the Brabusiano, and the Fatumona.
And we saw that in order for the Petra name to continue to thrive,
if you will say, well, you have a brother, Busiana, you say, Diana, and what was so.
Their parents have to give birth to sons.
If you will say, or a Petra, or one form, ever a man who will say a way.
So if they have daughters like Vivian, Ruth, and Teresa.
If you will say Petra, Busiano, there were a man from Vivian, Ruth, and Teresa.
In the Petra family, their names already are cancelled.
It is about the Rafael Busiana, the Canada was not a man, yet Vivian, Ruth, and Teresa, who came
in the sons' families,
it is about a man also they are.
The one who bears more sons is the one that thrives the most.
A man in Monodo, a man the day, or deep but was why.
So we see that the women in this family continue to be silent.
I would say, well, man, also woman, almost a man, did
also, you are a son.
After a son, so Bama,
only have a daughter.
How, yeah, also or band one, a breakfast, or also or band one.
That's the end of your fame.
And tell the Bassa Raff, and I'm so old, and tell the bush and I see
this one is trying to thrive.
And Tabasa Peter, and so, and I'm so bad, and also
but unfortunately, he has two daughters, so his name is
yes, I'm saying Peter, Bama, or Baba, or Badi Pepper. The Baba also saw, but also Pepper.
But with radical feminism,
it is said
with radical feminism,
okay, you said the city was a man, a freedom family.
These are people, feminists.
And you said we are homophobia, almost every family
who are trying to reorder society.
Almost every set or more to me,
so that in this feminist structure,
it is your and man to me, dear open and said
the names of everyone continue to thrive and everyone is included.
It's actually a baby said, Woodino, a Becoswatry, BRD Becoswatry,
and it becomes a balanced society.
And yes, a Bassa, don't have a pattern in the paper.
We have seen this type of arrangement happening somewhere else, who knows where.
If you don't say, my baby, and don't say, a bit was your baby, the yes is your baby, and I want to name your baby getting yes. So there she say, a city, a better young will be a yes, and
wants to try.
What is that?
Yeah, and I said, from
and this one without women.
Okay, said the baby said, yeah, a man side, and also within a panel.
Yes, if I profile deep that day,
okay, Moody, or a man,
young lady,
oh, okay.
This is
She was trying to say that in her tribe, if the same thing applies. But if you're a woman and you go to marry, then your name has cancelled from the family.
You're not remembered.
Yes.
okay.
That's Aaron, you read?
Okay, I also go to Jacob's sons.
Jacob's sons.
Yeah, when you look at the 12 tribes, you don't see
okay, you don't remember me sure. It's your own person says your father Jacob and my man.
There is no female.
You want to say a young baby I will Jacob and
also even Jesus' disciples.
the Jacob as you already says by the for now. No.
So I think that's the typical example.
So we say no share the swab up with it in the
so that's so if you go to the Bible,
it is your contrast anymore.
this is the type of reckoning they would do.
It's very and swab Bible they will know.
You can go, for example, to Genesis 5 or maybe chapter 1.
It's a letting up of Genesis 11 and after it's not
You will see that the only people who are remembered are the male lines.
It's after those say, don't want to also, so we know your name.
So it will say Noah, the father of Ham, the father of Canaan, the father. It will list the names of the sons only.
It's after those say, don't say, oh, woman, Obed, Japhat, Metusala, Besa, don't say, and Emily Dian, never also Sarah, want to
A patriarchal system,
it's your share member to me, dear,
where women are largely excluded. By the time we reach our history, because we have grown in our understanding, God is saying the way you used to live in the past was never part of my plan. Society has to be reordered in a way that includes everyone. So we've seen the example of patriarchy in a family. Today we want to consider an example of patriarchy in a government. So remember, patriarchy is a system. It can be seen in a family setup. It can be seen in the society. It can be seen in government. And therefore we can see it all over the world. So today we want to consider the American government. I chose America because of simple reasons that Spirit of Prophecy tells us to study more about America. And so once we study and analyze American systems, we can be able to also identify in our own spheres of influence. So I'll draw a map of America, Justin. This is America. So the way American government is set up, it's a country that has many different states in it. It has about 50 states. These are very large. It's almost like the whole of Africa.
Yeah, America,
and I know Africa is bigger in size, but I'm trying to explain how the states work. So each state has got its own government as well.
It is your American state, the answer for my dear, no, I want a memo.
And each government is ruled by a governor.
It is a memo beyond or Hina, I said, or my penina with this war.
They have their own little constitution.
I feel a woman has and activity of council.
But all of these 50 states,
the rest state Makuma every year.
they have a federal government that rules over them.
And the year a year on my penny back on the door of one question I see or do almost. It's a more couple.
So this federal government has got a constitution as well.
It is I and couple who will say now. I don't know a year or more. I'm more constitution.
And this is like the federal constitution that governs the whole of.
It's a bassa, a member and I don't a member and no, I would give a state Makuma 15
And further breaking down America.
See, yes, I'm Suji Chu be a woman
And its government.
and then I member someone.
You'll see that here at the top you have three main offices.
It's a level say a bus will have my year war a year office me Makuma Komians.
You have the president.
It will be my goes here on my penny.
You have what else? The legislation.
Legislator. At the about to say some legislator on that make it also more. The almost or more young.
And you have the judiciary.
Yes, I would judiciary. To almost sooner. Almost in the document is
The judge.
almost in the water. Okay.
So that's how.
See, who says, I never go to the city. They won't carry
The government, each government, all these 50 states, that's how it's structured.
okay, the rest are 50 states that want to now. Teacher won't
In each state, you also have the governor, which represents the president, the leader of the state.
okay, the state here wants to swallow. Yeah, I'm going to see a name. How would you know the president of my name?
And you have also lawmakers in the state.
I feel was a state program. You will be on to show him. I'm told them.
And then you have state judges.
I feel state program to show you will be on to show or pointing waffle and to soon.
So you have, it's like a replica of what's on the top.
It's a basa, who says, I state way, and I'm saying, you walk up in the house, only channel my president. You walk the own swim, but I was in on my legislature. You walk your what, and how is it on my judiciary? Or moving on, a book, professor, so we have sample for we see a name of.
So let's say we are a state. This is the state of America.
If you want to say that, what did they say, or my back for America?
We have laws that govern our own state.
If I answer your woman, I had a boy of woman.
And if we have disputes amongst us, we have disagreements
Of
amongst
Nessa, I was a mention of one city by the German.
if we fail to agree, we then go through our courts.
It's a mass stone, I am tea of once and then the other say, why am I selling FBI?
Then we go to the federal courts.
It's a basa, the poor a year and Kabomuku or a year or more Asenia Casancasa.
So this is the court that they call the Supreme Court.
It's a monsoon as a Libya, a fire as a Libya Cassia, a Supreme Court.
So, and we're going to look more into what each branch does.
Until you have a graph, America will in the Crabata and said, we are a city.
But before we do that, I want to look at the Constitution.
And I'm sorry, very clearly, be a far or more brand.
So, who knows what the Constitution is?
And the one that you said, my morality, you come on my brand at any of your constitution.
Agnes, what do you think the Constitution is?
Until said a constitution, I said, no, city as your okay, she knows that it is a law that we use to govern a country.
Okay. Yes,
the highest law of the state. The highest or the supreme law that they use to govern the people.
In your own social say, I am right and home. I did do on my own.
thank you so much for the responses. So the Constitution really is just the laws and principles that govern land basically.
Okay, so you must have Constitution now. Any you did a group of money.
Like what Agnes and Aaron said.
And said
it is a federal document that contains the law in the federal state in America. Okay,
so you would say a round group here, I can't boom. How you did a group of money in America.
So they have the Constitution at this federal level.
Okay, this is our Constitution and no and couple and
but each state can also have their own constitution.
Now, so should no American state be able to how the government state.
For example, the state of Texas, let's say we have the state of Texas.
We have the state of
Texas.
Okay, I can say one in the state of Texas, and I say Texas Emerald.
So we can say in our state here, because we are facing challenges with too much heat. And people are burning too much fires in our state. We can put laws that say it's prohibited to put fire.
Yeah, I see me answer. I say,
but the next state,
that's a more or mindful friend, also twice.
Maybe their state, because they are in different time zones, it snows and freezes there.
And almost send them so for one of so I want to snow airplane.
Then our law in our state cannot affect them.
It's a Basayana, Yawahana, or show a queen, Tamaya Brassa in Jashin, Sayama, Entini, and more
because they are facing different situations.
If it's almost assets, no strong,
they do that with the same thing with women, like the things that pertain to human beings as well. But their constitutions have to be in agreement with this federal constitution. If it's something that is not in agreement with this, and they want to contest it, they go to this, they take their case to the Supreme Court. And the judge is there, they then compare the thing that they are looking at. With the Constitution itself. And then they are able to judge whether it's in agreement with the Constitution or if it's not in agreement. Now, the Constitution was written a long time ago. In the history of the 1790s. And because it was written in a different context, which is a long time ago from now, there are certain laws that they did not, because they are not in our time, they cannot even think about those things.
And you want your mouth to be brave one, and you about the scene never day, and I'm say, and the other boyfriend to be into that or
For example, the Constitution could not have written about regulations to do with how to use the internet.
The teacher will be to say, yeah, over on my running one. You will never do one man, and they know internet. I would do all their fontaine time, which maybe I have
because in their time they are still writing letters.
Maybe it's over my that time, no time, no trust our constitution to 2 sometimes no more trouble.
They don't have technology like we have today.
It's a Nabasa and Aberfin, the woman.
So sometimes certain situations like that, okay,
and
and the Constitution has to be amended.
And then there was some man, sounds should be yes, some.
So you see that along with time, as time moved on,
as you have the Bassa, don't so bright, break on anymore.
The Constitution has been amended a lot of times.
And your Bassa, you say, never my grandmother, yes, some,
in order to cater for new situations that they were facing.
So they are letting me up what in principle.
So, for example, when the Constitution was written the first time,
if I saw me say, that's it, my brother, breathing kind of
it didn't have amendments.
Now, yes, the same.
And then they put the first 10 amendments.
It is a breathing kind of the years,
which they call the Bill of Rights.
It is my friend said, and your father, and
so the Bill of Rights really they have to do, they really cater for this level at the federal level.
And it's our family, and some of the Bible says not paying back. Yes, I don't see a sasket in an.
But as time moved on, they also started involving amendments which involved things to do with human beings.
And the other also never and you must ask sense as I obey and no subject not in the
at a state level,
and you need to say on my no age pain
because they realize what is personal.
And from the who said, dear, Nippediati
also political.
The who said Nippediano, one has only or Manino.
What affects the individual?
It's a dear, I don't want a bet half and crown Prebiano
at state level.
And how or my
should also be considered a federal level.
And the Abbas was saying, who said, and the Abbas said, half of mine also so never.
So today we're going to talk about the 14th Amendment.
And the Rebecca Safa, and my man's son,
this is also one of the adjustments that were done in the Constitution.
If you ever say idea about almost or more
so it was around the time when this 1865.
From 1865.
Who remembers what it just ended in America?
And 1865, you mind the kind and society also our America. A form of
who remembers?
The changes that they made was they did a law to end slavery.
So it was the time period of slavery. I was looking for the Civil War, it just ended. Remember, it had started back there in 1861. And it was really mainly to do with slavery. The states in the north and the states in the south were fighting because of slavery. In the south, they were saying because their economy was largely dependent on these states,
Eti na anafo for no o ma dwe mpo ne se enam se wo esi kasam no ko na limu ni nti no
They did a lot of farming.
na o ye mfu ahodo
And they would import mainly black people from Africa.
nti ene ba sa do be ne se o mo be ko ye difo ne de afi ye be di man.
And they would use them as slaves in their plantations.
Na de ba sa de o ma be fa ye se nkoa na ye ko ndo ma ye omunfu.
But in the north, the different view.
And the TV film for us, so
Because they considered black people as human beings as well.
If you say no, they say,
in the south, black people were largely excluded from access to different things that white people would have.
It is all American and our forefathers now. On the blacks, we were free, or we
They were not free to be in the government.
If it's all before find
In society, they were viewed as less than human beings. When they would write in their constitution that all men are equal. They really meant all men, all males, not women. Women also not even in the picture. And they meant all white men.
All white men.
Black people were largely excluded in society.
The
South went to books like Genesis. The people in the South, they went to books in the Bible like Genesis.
Okay.
They read places where Moses, all those male patriarchs, they saw that they were divinely ordained to have slaves.
If you would say, oh, South and a four from one, said, Moses, Abraham, Yakuban Castle, to be sure almost as a
places where God even told Moses that you should have slaves and you should treat them like this and like that.
It's not in time to say, oh, the April one man, Yakuban Castle, they are shedding out to be my Moses said, or talk what only say.
So when they would read their Bibles in their time,
if you Bible
they would come and say, "Thus saith the Bible."
And say the Bible,
because they have verses that clearly tell them instructions on having slaves. So slavery, according to the South, is a divinely ordained institution. They base their arguments on the Bible. So because they read from the Bible, then they can rightly say even up to today that in our governments, in our society, black people, since they are slaves, it is our divine mandate to exclude them. In the north, there is a different view. They saw the Bible as they didn't quite use the methods that the South used. They were willing to consider black people as human beings and to include them in society. So a civil war plunged in America. These are places where it says they were judged from God. Being judged or slaves slavery. And this is the context in which by 1866, between 1866 and 68,
1868, 66 to 68.
we see the 14th Amendment.
Okay. And
so in 1866,
it is here 1866. I was half you say
the 14th Amendment was put together.
It
was then ratified in 1868. Ratified means they agreed. They agreed to use it. It would now be enforced in their society. So remember, we say the first 10 amendments, they deal with, they are at a federal level. And you see that they spoke more of protection against cruelty and unusual punishment. Because it was the time period of slavery. But when the 14th Amendment came, it made a major change in the history of America. Because it helped people who were former slaves to also start having citizenship in America. And other rights in America. If you were a slave, before the 14th Amendment, you were taken into a foreign land against your own will. You don't have rights to be a citizen. And because you are not a citizen, you do not have access to what other general citizens have. So it was a major step.
And you read the 14th Amendment, and
so this 14th Amendment is broken down into 5 sections.
And you
So the first one is summarized as all persons born or nationalized in America. They are citizens of America. They have the right to life, liberty, and property. Life, liberty. And property. Before the 14th Amendment, you had no right to own a piece of land. Because you're a black person, you are not treated as a human being.
If you say it said you're a white man,
it's a system where black people are largely excluded from other immigrants. When the 14th Amendment came, because now I'm also considered as a citizen, maybe not me, but the male members of my my skin color.
Come again.
Okay, I said I'm not included, but I said maybe not me because I'm a female.
Okay.
But the male members of people with my skin color.
Okay, Tabasa, I will say, yes, or even more from by the only color different in Tino. If you are kind of man, sir, yet, like say you own a yes one.
They can now own pieces of land.
But Tabasa, only dear, only tiny at all, a year assassin,
they can now pursue their businesses.
It's Tabasa, over 17 years old woman, so
they can now also start to invest.
It's over to me so a
since they are now considered citizens in this.
Tabasa, I now say about the boom, so on my back forward America.
But for the people in the south,
never more a fourth a year our America
because they saw it as a divine mandate, verses that speak about slavery.
It's your only the other someone say or strong to say, no more sounds of your quotation, party is not so near.
Even though this amendment came,
Brasa and Rad as a Samuel to do 9 ways in by
they still held on to it last saith the Lord.
Into a more normal that I said, they are kind
and failed to properly read scripture.
And
failed to properly read scripture.
Okay, so
they failed to go into the context of the verses.
And I don't know we understand. I won't just some said the
to understand what was being written and what was its meaning.
And this I said the idea to Troy and not as a chair say
they took it as it is written.
It's almost fine said they were thrown
they applied it to them.
Now for what they no give it more society.
As a result, the whole race was excluded for a long time in society.
It's very dear. And yet, your man, I look at 2 years, so they have a sin.
Okay, so the first section we said it gave them life, liberty, and
it's a Francis I do 9. I said they want chair and you didn't kind of say, you American, you would say, oh, I bear on my back pocket, or a Japadia to me, or far with you so.
They also started to have privileges and immunities.
And Tavia would say, oh, I in the community. Okay, our immunity.
Like when you are protected, like remember when, for example, if you are vaccinated, you are protected from a disease.
Oh, okay, yeah, so about vaccination, does it your own candy, what you are born with a real one? No, when you're
so immunity is when you are protected from something.
Yeah, I said, the idea that no one by the Ama,
so there was a clause in this amendment.
And you know,
called the immunity clause.
And Yama will be a fat side immunity from the
where when you are now considered a citizen, they guaranteed that your rights are not taken away from you. They would also the right to due process.
And to
due process where you are also allowed to go into a court and to be heard.
Okay. When I said, also details are found here, so I also to make court,
where before maybe their masters would just deal with them, they wouldn't even go to the court to say, this is what happened between me and my master.
And they said that I said, or people the master create and found here, so I saw one, so one. After the good baby, almost to me said, oh, that is I found here, so letting us some money.
This was the struggle of the history of slavery of a people.
And you will say, and one Tomo and Cassan
were not even included in government and society.
They will say, we are one, a compatible one come movie, after a member's own come movie.
Fought for themselves to be recognized in American government.
And Jaffe will say, you won't fear, we
see even up to today,
maybe you are the one by the scene.
Black Americans still struggle to be part of American society.
Until we said the best in America, before ɔmo da so for ha wɔ ha mo saa sɛ ɔmeka so aka ɛyɛ America menu no
where you only see the first black president in the government.
eti the si bra edi ka hunu bibini a odi nkan ɛwɔ America menu
When was the first black president?
eti ɛwɔ hɔ America na bibini bɛ edi nkan a waba bɛdi wɔn mo so
Obama. And when was he in office?
eti ɛyɛ brɛ bɛ ya na yɛ brɛ bɛ bi
2009.
2000 2008 to 2016 and that was
2009.
2009
and nobody.
Okay, let's say in the 2000s. But anyway, my point is from 1619.
and to almost the papa they said 1619 at the office when you feel they said
All the way until 2008, 2009.
Efasa one the BBC 2008 2009
Black people were largely excluded from government.
yeah ba when say the service am something you move na na before you from America man
You only have the first president.
the BBC say omunya bibinia wodi nkan o ba be di ade with 2000s it's 2008 2009
But there are still people who still hold the same view.
eti ya was up the no still no just Peter sabe ya
White supremacists in America
ha ya ebrofu etu media won e Peter won
who don't believe black people are part of the constitution.
mo yin to say before the mo kan ya man yo say mara no
And power rightly belongs to white people in America.
and ja fe o ko no ma tu mi e Peter o ma kasa mu fo no ya abrofo no
The midnight cry came.
bra anaduntie mu e ba ye no
It helped us through methodology
eti aboa ye e wo anamo a ye fa so sua ye Bible no
to compare and contrast between the experience of the black people in America
enti ye be hu se aboa ye ma yetimi e ye emfato e asesesem ene nsonso ya e wo e ye before America moon
and the experience of women in society.
any affairs so man so musia hu e wo ye patam
This is a group, women are a group
eti we say man e ye ekuo bi a
of people who have been largely excluded from government and in society.
ha omo de ye yi wo mo sinchen kra wo ba amajesemu ni ye patam
Because certain people came together
if you say we say ekuo bi ba e bo
and
aka omo bo
with our narrow way of reading the Bible,
ena omo de nam so le trust
and we came to the conclusion that excluding women in society
na ni na mo ba de bi say ye yi e ma e free ye yuma ko do ni patam
is a divine ordained situation in
eti
society.
omo de omo ba de say be we say basa na e yo so en hihye no so tu ya bia ma
So up to today, we still have people like house laborers in America.
eti di be say na ye da so obi no ma omo da so plus adwemfo na e wo America omo do mo tutu mo say o say da so ton
We still think that women should largely be excluded in society.
omo da so dwe say still na wo say man so yi wo mo twe be bi wo amanose mu ni empatem mu na
Actually, the white supremacists of America say that blacks are not to be considered in their governments.
said ye American for na kasa no so mo so mo de say wo say ye yi nkwafo nkwan fi wo mu anyama mu
That black people have no say in society.
say hu adifo na wo mo mu ni twa ka dia wo mama me se mu
They have to sit and listen at the feet of the white people.
nti wo so mo do mo tena se no mu tie edofo no mo tena se wo mo na se
When we compare and contrast,
say ye hwe asesesem ene nsonso ye wo mu a
that's the same mindset that people will see women to be silenced in society.
ha na de ewo mo mu adwin bi say yen ka man ntum na
Like the 14th Amendment did,
mo said ye amane sem so say e to so du nine by
these feminists fought, some of them died for their suffrage.
eti afia ba be mu say man mu bi no mu kasa ewu ma omo tu wo mu si wo no
Just as black people fought for a place in society,
nti afọ mo hyase so mo de edufo ni bi esisi ehyehyɛ nnwuma ahodoɔ mu
women and those who support them are fighting to have women also feel this.
nti afọ yɛ hu ne sɛ wɔ 14th amendment ni mu na afɛ mmara amunya atumi ma mmaa no bi sɛ mo de mo bɛhyehyɛ nneɛma ahodoɔ bi ɛbɛboa
A people who were largely excluded from society and
nkɔfokuo
government.
bi a yɛyi wɔn mo de wɔn afiri ɛyɛ amanesɛm ne yɛn mpata mu
For the first time, not from 1619,
nti wɔ berɛ di nkan yɛ sɛ bi afiri 1690s
but from 6,000 years ago.
nti ɛdi nkan ahyɛseɛ paa sɛ yɛyi mmaa to atwe yɛde mmaa si nkyɛn no ɛfiri bɛte sɛ 6,000 years mfinhyia aduase no
We can now begin to hear the voices of these
nti
people.
ɛde ba bɛsi ha na afei ɛhu ne sɛ yɛate nyankopɔn anim
So feminism is our test in this time.
nti ɛba saa ɛdɛ no ne deɛ sɛ mmaa fa ɛfiri fɔ ɔmo a ɔmo fa ahodeɛ no ɛyɛ sɔhwɛ na wɔyɛ berɛ so
Whether or not we are going to let women have their rights in society,
sɛ yɛpo sɛ yɛmpo yɛbɛma mmaa kwan ama wɔtumi atu ɔmo dwuma ɛwɔ mantam mu
just like how black people were also allowed to have their rights in
sɛdeɛ
society.
ɛteɛ ɛwɔ aman sisa yɛbɛtɔ so bi na yɛma abibifoɔ kwan so sɛ ɔmo tumi ɛne ɔmo fa ahodeɛ no
I'm going to continue reading with that said the Lord in mind.
nti yɛbɛkɔ so akenkan with allow
Are we going to continue reading?
okay nti yɛbɛtoa so akenkan sɛdeɛ nyankopɔn aka de yɛatwerɛ ana
Just quoting from the verses and saying it is written in Genesis.
sɛ ne yɛbaeɛ a ne yɛabɛkɔ te sɛ sei na watwerɛ ne deɛ watwerɛ
And God divinely ordained this institution.
sɛ nyankopɔn ankasa na ɛde ne nsa ahyira wei sei so
Therefore, it is right for women to be largely excluded. in
nti ɛne ɛba
society.
saa deɛ a ɛneɛ ɔbaa deɛ wowu ne ho bia sɛ wogyina baabiaa
And women should be silent in society.
nti afei ɛba saa ɛma monyɛ din wɔ mmeaeɛ a mote mo communities monyɛ din
So that is the American government,
nti wei ɛna ɛteɛ sɛ wokɔ american ɛma mmerɛ no mu a
the struggle that they had with slavery in their society.
nti ntawantawa a wokɔɔ so nya yɛfa ɔmo ɛnkɔatɔ ho wɔ ho mpatam mu
It's just but a small portion of the struggle that women have had from 6,000 years ago.
nti ehu ne sɛ berɛ bi a ehu ne sɛ fiti bɛsɛ 6,000 years ɛna yɛtiatia ma afa ahodeɛ so a
And God is trying to restore this institution.
nti ehu ne sɛ nyankopɔn ɛsan so ɛrekyekyere saa ahyɛdeɛ wei sɛ deɛ si n'anan mu bio
Back to its original position
na wɔde aba abɛgyina beaeɛ a na ɛgyina nkasankasa
of equality.
a ɛyɛ pɛpɛɛpɛ yɛ
So, in our next lesson,
nti wɔyɛ adesua a ɛtɔ so bio mu no
we're going to continue looking at the United States government.
nti yɛbɛkɔ so a ne ahwɛ sɛdeɛ american amammerɛ no si teɛ
We want to look at this branch of the Supreme Court.
nti afei yɛbasa yɛbɛhwɛ american ne nkorabate a ɛyɛ mmiɛnsa no judiciary ɔmo a ɔmo mpɛtɛmuafoɔ no ɔmo court yɛbɛhwɛ sɛdeɛ si teɛ
Because in America we are seeing a similar thing happening. In America we are seeing something happening
nti yɛhu sɛ american no yɛhu nneɛma ahodoɔ bi a ɛnsisie
where when feminists are trying to fight for their place in society,
wɔ berɛ a mmaa ahyɛ aseɛ sɛ ɔmo pere ɔmo fa ahodeɛ wɔ ɔmo mpatamu no
we are seeing patriarchs trying to fight back and place more males more patriarchs in the
nti
society.
yɛbasa yɛhu sɛ wɔ berɛ a mmaa ahyɛ aseɛ sɛ ɔmo pere ɔmo fa ahodeɛ no yɛhu sɛ mmarima no nso sɔre yɛ kokotii ɛwɔ ɔmo so
So that's what we're going to continue looking at the Supreme Court and the methodology they are using.
nti afei yɛba bio ma yɛbɛhwɛ ɛyɛ ɔmo branch baako a ɛyɛ supreme court ɛne nneɛma ahodoɔ a ɔmo ɛyɛ wɔn
To perpetuate a society and a government that largely excludes women.
ɛne sɛdeɛ ɛte a ɛne nti ɔmo wadwene kɔ sɛ yɛnyi mmaa ɛmfiri ɔmo mu na ɛfiri ahodoɔ mu
So I don't know if someone has got something to say, a question or a contribution.
nti onim sɛdeɛ ɛwu bi ɛwɔ asɛmmisa anaasɛ biribi a ɔde bɛto so a
Nothing disaster.
she want to ask
Yes.
Nothing disaster. I'm saying that equality
Before an equality being recognized. Before equality being recognized, it is the purpose of God for us to establish. And so say about I go on already. So say answer equality ni be in what them. I go on I am a sa fine say.
Na ansa na no basic ne efa obas and say ti na ye ko view na ya ko na e di se sa e pa se de sa se no efa oba na say free oba ansa na we na according to na elder fa oba no
Okay. What she was saying is that we were from aiding to aiding, and before the first aiding was destroyed, it was true woman that brings some submission. And once aiding must be restored, then we need equality. And if equality must be established before we enter into the new world, then is it true women that God was working through them to establish the equality? Did you get the point? Because at first it was true women who bring the inequality. And what we are restoring aiding, is it true? Because we are talking about feminism.
I understand. I think we'll talk about what happened in Eden. We'll have time to talk about what happened, because I have a problem with saying it's through women that inequality came.
Enti you see the pepper brand na kasafa aiding was said you are wagin bi say enam oba so enam pepper and the one say anything.
So we'll talk a bit more about that, but
enti afasa
surely what women lost was their place in society.
Enti o musa said the man ahwe o mudi bi e wo kantam
as a result of the fall of humanity.
Enti nipa ahwe ase so na this happen.
And so patriarchy running throughout the 6,000 years.
Enti ba sa na ba bi e huru member to media to aso abese fishia abese 6,000 years.
And for human beings to be the true counterpart of God, like how it was before sin.
Na ansa na nipa betinya ba bechina said the pepe ya let ya sana boneba.
Then women have to be restored back in their place.
Enti ba sa na dia was said e mai sanso restore wo do mo posi da bia no njina da.
So in our next lesson I'll touch on that a bit.
Enti ya na disua mu bi emu o da fa sa asem no na ya hwe
And then we'll go back to our story.
ansa na ya ba America no so.
Okay, I think that she was also asking that was it God's mandate that men should occupy that position? The position, like the patriarchal system. You will see that men are the supreme. So she was asking that was it God who gave that supreme to the men?
I think that's why we were discussing yesterday, and some were saying that it was a divine power, some were thought it was a divine.
She asked that question before that you translate it.
Was that the question that she was asking?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Because I'm just
What did you understand she was asking?
That's the second one. The second one she explained that before Eden was destroyed, it was through a woman. So for it to be restored, should it through a woman?
Yeah.
But to be restored. That's how I understood the question.
All right. Thank you. So we'll touch on that in our next lesson.
okay.
So maybe let's pray. Our time is up. sorry, there's another help this, right?
My question is, we know Americans, they all came from Europe and apart from Europe.
And you also tell us American movie Europe and they are people.
I don't understand saying why is it they know they have good mindset and they sound they think religiously, but they all came from the same.
These are questions. But he said that every year, America would never finish and no matter the campo. To until I said, and the TV film for north of or my game and the south of us, so almost 5 games.
Okay, so allow me to answer it in the next lesson.
And you are saying, but in here, my 1 year no additional.
So I just wrote this so that I won't look into it.
I'm sure it's
Let us God, we come before your throne. We thank you so much for this time that we've been together to study. Lord, help us to understand this issue of patriarchy. We've been given examples of history before of slavery. Black people were largely excluded from society and how they were excluded. And now we are learning through that same parable how women are being restored in society. Help us to do away with promises and misconceptions, our ways that we read the Bible, and help us to understand through my parable methodology this message of equality and how important it is that you told us that it is the test for our time. Lord, it is very important, that's why it is the test of our time. Help us to understand it. Help us through our discussions, Lord, to continue to help each other. We always say to them, all the praise and glory be unto your name, because we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.